Hello students, welcome to AIMS India online classes. This is a chemistry session. Here we are discussing about the chapter coal and petroleum. In this session, we are going to see a practice sheet related to this chapter. That is a practice sheet 1, which contains completely single correct answer type questions and even conceptual understanding questions. There will be a one correct answer for each question here. Okay, let us see the practice sheet. See the first question here from conceptual understanding type questions. First among them, see here the question given. Which of the following is a fossil fuel? First of all, what is meant by a fossil fuel? The fuel obtained by the decomposition of dead vegetation is called fossil fuel. For the formation of these fossil fuels, years and years of time will be taken as we have studied, isn't it? Now see, among the given four, which is a fossil fuel? Is it petroleum, wood, cow dung, or dry leaves? Which comes under these fossil fuels? Yes, it is petroleum. Because petroleum is formed by the decomposition of dead vegetation, like dead plants and animals, which are buried under the layers of the earth under sea. So those will be slowly decomposed after years and years of time. Then it converts into these crude fossil fuels like petroleum and coal. So petroleum is also one of the fossil fuels. Remaining won't come under fossil fuels. Just they may be fuels, but they are not fossil fuels. Okay, here petroleum is correct answer. See the next one. Where does natural gas occur? Even this natural gas is also formed in the by the just like this petroleum by the decomposition of the dead vegetation. This natural gas is also produced. Sometimes this natural gas will be produced along with the petroleum and sometimes without petroleum, of course. So when it is available along with the petroleum, as it is being a gaseous fuel, it will be present on the above the petroleum. Petroleum is a thick liquid, whereas natural gas is a gaseous component. In the name itself, it is there, natural gas. So as it is being a natural fuel, it will be available above the petroleum or petroleum oil. On the impervious rocks, this petroleum will be available. On the petroleum as a surface, this natural gas is available. So when we dig these petroleum wells, first from the pipes, this natural gas will be rushed out with high pressure. So because it will be available above the petroleum oil. Okay, now what will be correct answer? First one. Next, what is a common name of petroleum? Common name in the sense based upon the usage and its importance, it is given a name, that is black gold. Petroleum is called black gold because of its importance as a fuel. Okay, it is called black gold. Next question. What are the most common sources of energy used in automobiles? So they're asking here the most common sources of energy. If you observe once the options, all are common sources of energy only. But out of these, which are used in automobiles as fuels? See, can we use wood and coal as fuels in the automobiles? No, we cannot. They cannot, of course, they are fuels only, but they cannot be used as fuels in automobiles, isn't it? So, this is not the correct answer. Next, if you say petrol and diesel or petroleum and diesel, yes, this petrol and diesel are mostly used as fuels for automobiles. So, this is a correct answer. See the remaining also LPG and cow dung. LPG nowadays is being used as fuel in automobiles. In heavy vehicles, in autos also, they're using CNG or LPG for automobiles vehicles. But cow dung cannot be, isn't it? Next, if you say natural gas and coal, of course, natural gas is used as a fuel for automobiles in the form of CNG. We came to know this. But coal cannot be used for moving automobiles. So only correct answer here is petrol and diesel or petroleum and diesel. Okay. Next one. Identify the fuel that leaves more smoke and ash on burning. See, some fuels they have mentioned in the options here. Identify the fuel which produces more smoke and ash on burning. See, gaseous fuels, liquid fuels, and solid fuels are mentioned here. Which fuels will produce or remains or leaves ash on burning? Only solid fuels. Of course, on burning these gaseous and liquid and solid fuels, they may produce some smoke. But ash is being produced only when we burn solid fuels like coal. If you burn a coal or cow dung, what happens? They will burn with some flame and they produce some smoke. Along with this, after completion of burning, they leave some ash also. But liquid fuels and gaseous fuels, they do not leave any solid ash material. They just produce smoke while burning. Of course, some they won't produce even smoke also. But mostly these liquid fuels and gaseous fuels they produce some smoke while burning because of impurities present in them. But they don't leave any ash behind. Only solid fuels they leave ash along with smoke while burning. Okay, solid fuels is correct answer here. Next one, carbonization is a. What is carbonization? Carbonization is a process in which coal is formed. But this carbonation process is a very slow process. So we can say here the slow process in which dead vegetation converts into coal. That process is called carbonization. This process of carbonation takes years and years of time, nearly thousands of years of time it will take to convert this dead vegetation into coal. Where this answer now? Yes, here, the second one. Okay, next question. Which of the forms of coal has the highest percentage of carbon? Actually, in the formation of coal from dead vegetation, as we told, this is a very lengthy and slow process. Thousands of years of time it will take for the conversion of this dead vegetation into coal. So this lengthy process of formation of coal, that is called carbonization, is divided into different steps. So the starting stage is called peat. At this stage, carbon will be available along with some other impurities, some other elements also. Percentage of carbon will be less, nearly 25 to 30% will be there carbon. Remaining all other impurities will be there. Slowly, the percentage of carbon will be increased and the percentage of remaining elements will be reduced. So next we get an lignite and bituminous and final stage in the pure form of coal. That pure form of coal is called anthracite. In this stage, around 95% of carbon will be available, remaining will be impurities. So, the highest percentage of carbon is available in anthracite. That is why it is called purest form of coal or the oldest form of coal also. The youngest form is peat because at the starting it is being formed. So, peat is the youngest form. The oldest form is anthracite, oldest form, or it is also called purest form of coal because it contains most percentage of carbon. It is the final stage of coal we can say. So anthracite is correct answer. Next question, where is kerosene mainly used? Where do we use this kerosene? Do we use this kerosene at our home for household purposes? Yes, it was used in the homes earlier days, but nowadays we are not using mainly. We are using nowadays LPG and some other electrical powers. But in the olden days, they have used this kerosene for cooking purpose in the form of kerosene stoves, isn't it? In our olden days, our grandparents might have used this for cooking purpose in the stoves as a fuel. And even in the kerosene lamps also, in the lamps also they use this kerosene as lamp as a fuel in the olden days. But nowadays we're using some other electrical equipments. But earlier days they have used this kerosene for household for cooking purposes and as well as in the lamps also. Not only these two, there is one more important use of this kerosene, that is in jet engines. They use this kerosene as fuel in jet engines. So it is being used even nowadays also as a fuel in jet engines. Is it there here in the option C? In laying down roads? No. In laying down roads they use bituminous, not kerosene. In making waterproof materials, in this also bituminous is used, not kerosene. In furnaces of industries it is not used. So it is used as a fuel in jet engines. This is correct answer. Okay. Next, which of the following is an example of liquid fuel? See the fuels given here. Some fuels they have mentioned. Out of these fuels, one of them is in the liquid form. See the first one, paraffin wax. What is the state of this paraffin wax fuel? It is solid. We use this paraffin wax as candles. So it is a solid form. For lighting purpose we use this. And coal gas, in the name itself it is there, it is a gaseous component. And next, alcohol is a liquid component only, but it is not used as a fuel. Now if you see the LPG, what is abbreviation of LPG? Liquefied petroleum gas. So actually it is a petroleum gas, but it is used in the form of liquid. This petroleum gas is compressed at very high pressure. Then it converts into liquid form. So this is petroleum gas in the liquid form is used at our homes for domestic food cooking purposes. Okay. This is the liquid fuel. It is correct answer. Got it? Next, coal, petroleum and methane are organic substances. Organic substances means the substances which are containing carbon and its compounds. Mostly they are called organic substances. So they exist in different physical states. Yes, petroleum, coal and methane they exist in different physical states. All are fuels only, but they exist in different states. Now the question is the physical states in which coal, petroleum and methane respectively exist are. In which states they exist? See the first one, coal. Coal is a solid fuel. It is a solid fuel. What about petroleum? Petroleum is a thick liquid fuel. Of course, it may contain some different kinds of fuels in it, but mostly petroleum is a crude oil which exists in the liquid state. What about the third one given? Methane. Methane is a major component of LPG. Liquefied petroleum gas mainly consists of this methane. So it exists in the gaseous state. So coal is a solid, petroleum is liquid, and methane is a gaseous component. Now see where they have given correct states. Where they are mentioned. So first solid, liquid, and gas. It is mentioned clearly in third option. So it is correct answer. Okay. Next. Next question. Which of the following constraints of petroleum is used in paints and road surfacing? Yes, petroleum gives so many products. Those products of petroleum are called petrochemicals. So out of these, one component is used for road surfacing and even in paints also. That is bitumen. Bitumen is used in road surfacing. In the earlier days, they have used coal tar for road surfacing. But nowadays it is being replaced with bitumen. Bitumen is also used for as one of the raw materials for in the manufacturing of paints. So bitumen is correct answer. Okay. Now let us see some single correct answer type questions. First among them, coal was formed over a long period of time under high pressure and temperature conditions by the decomposition of dead vegetation. Isn't it? Yes. So coal is formed by the decomposition of dead vegetation which is buried under the layers of the earth under high pressure and high temperature. So at these conditions, these dead vegetation slowly converts into coal. Now, this process of conversion of dead vegetation into coal is called. What we call this process specially? We call this as carbonization. The process of formation of coal from dead vegetation at a high pressure and temperature under the layers of the earth is called carbonization. Okay. Next, during the processing of coal to obtain, actually, uh, from coal we obtain some products. The main product is coke. That process of formation of coke from coal is called destructive distillation. We have heard this, no? Yes, when coal is undergone destructive distillation, it forms coke. Along with the coke, some other products also will be formed, of course, as byproducts. Now, this process of formation of coke from coal is called destructive distillation. Okay, what happens in the destructive distillation? Coal is heated at very high temperature in the absence of air. That is called destructive distillation. There it forms coke. Along with coke, one more product is formed as byproduct. What is that? Coal tar. Coal tar is formed as a byproduct. The information in which alternative components completes the given statement. So, by which we can complete this statement by filling the blanks. One is coke and the second one is coal tar. During the process of coal to obtain coke, coal tar is formed as byproduct. This is correct full complete statement. Okay. Of course, there might be the formation of some other byproducts also. Majorly, there will be coke and coal tar. Coke is a major component in the solid form and coal tar is a major byproduct in the liquid form. Next, a substance X is obtained from an exhaustible natural resource. It is a black and thick liquid with an unpleasant smell. It is a mixture of around 175 to 200 substances. Some of the products such as synthetic dyes, plastic paints, explosives, perfumes are obtained using this resource. What is that resource X? So here they have given some hints about a component which is obtained from an exhaustible resource. What is that? Read the statement once again so that you can understand. A substance X is obtained from an exhaustible natural resource. So the exhaustible natural resource might be either petroleum or coal. It is a black and thick liquid with an unpleasant smell. It is a mixture of around 175 to 200 substances. Some of the products such as synthetic dyes, plastic paints, explosives, perfumes, these all are obtained by using this natural resource. So mostly these components like dyes, plastic paints, explosives, perfumes are prepared from the raw material coal tar. So the substance X is coal tar. It is obtained from natural resource coal, isn't it? Yes, the answer is now coal tar. Next, the slow process of transition of dead dash into coal is called dash. So fill these two blanks with the proper words given in the options here. The slow process of transition of dash into coal is called dash. What do we call this? The transition of dead vegetation into coal is called carbonization. Yes, the slow process of formation of coal from dead vegetation is called carbonization. Where these two are given correctly, see, first one should be vegetation, second one should be carbonization. Where it is correctly given in the second option. Okay, next. Which of the following natural resources is exhaustible? See, here some natural resources are there, out of which one is a exhaustible resource, which can be finished after a few years if it is continuously used. Find out that is it wind or sunlight? It is coal. Coal will be finished after usage continuously like this after few years. It will be finished because it is existing very less quantity, and the formation of this resource will take thousands of years of time by the nature. So it will be exhausted if it is used in the continuous in the same manner. Now we can say coal is a exhaustible natural resource, whereas wind and sunlight are inexhaustible. They can be used continuously, thousands and thousands of years of time. They won't be exhausted. They'll be existing continuously. So they are called inexhaustible natural resources. Whereas biomass, it can be created. Even though it is finished, it can be created again. So coal is a correct answer. It is a exhaustible natural resource. Okay. Next, which of the following statements about fossil fuels is correct? Fossil fuels means the fuels which are obtained by the decomposition of dead organisms. Now see, only petroleum is prepared in the laboratory. Is it correct? No, petroleum cannot be prepared in the laboratory. Now, next one. Petrochemicals are the products of coal and petroleum. Yes, the products obtained from the coal and petroleum are called petrochemicals. This is correct statement. The remaining also. Both coal and petroleum are prepared in the laboratory. No, these cannot be prepared in the laboratory because the preparation of these requires thousands of years of time. That cannot be done in the laboratory. And even the conditions required for the formation of these two cannot be created in the laboratory. It requires high pressure and high temperature and in the absence of air. And it requires huge time. So these cannot be created in the laboratory. Next, petrochemicals are products of petroleum and natural gas. Not the natural gas. Petrochemicals are the products of petroleum and coal. Okay. Now the correct answer will be second one. Next question. Which of the following petroleum components is used as a solvent for dry cleaning? Yes, in dry cleaning, generally they use petrol instead of water. In some cleaning process of the clothes, they use petrol as a solvent. So in dry cleaning, they use petrol for removing stains on the clothes instead of water. In cleaning of some clothes, they use petrol. What does natural gas mainly consist of? Yes, natural gas mainly consists of hydrocarbons. Out of that, methane is the major product. Methane is a major product in the natural gas. Major component of methane is natural gas is methane. There might be some other components also, but majorly it is methane. Next, which of the following is in descending order of the quality of coal? So, as you told, in the formation of coal, the different stages are categorized. The first stage is called peat, and next stage is called lignite. Third one bituminous, and the fourth and final stage of coal is called anthracite. Now they're asking where it is shown the descending order of quality of coal. So the first stage peat contains low quality of coal, And the last is anthracite contains high quality of coal. Now they're asking descending order, so it should contain high quality to low quality. That means from anthracite to peat. Where is it given? In the third option. So high quality anthracite, next bituminous, next lignite, and the lowest quality peat at last. So C is correct answer. Next one, sorry. Which of the following has highest boiling point? How do we say? Generally, the fuels or organic components, they contain low boiling points. Whereas we know the boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius. These all other petroleum products, they contain less boiling point only. Around there will be 50 to 60. So out of these four components given here, water has the highest boiling point. Okay, its boiling point is 100 degrees Celsius. This is the correct answer. Remaining three are products of petroleum and they contain low boiling points only. Okay. Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our YouTube channel AIMS Today for and visit our website aimstoday.in for latest updates on recorded videos. Thank you.